Hi everyone, Katie Montana here. Now, as I've heard that about the whole, you know, Warner Bros. Thing, not for sale, that I heard from a post, and since San Valentino mentioned it about Tubi rotating the shows and movies and stuff, and it's all, which is true of course. But now it's time to get on to the most part, more on the Omblar Show channel. Now we all noticed, and I noticed it too, that Jack Savage finally did it. He made the last episode of the Omblar of the first spin-off series, Logo Bloopers with Omblar Friends, and it's the PBS 1971 logo, and it's the same one when he first fired Cuckoo in the first episode, of course, and I know that Omblar said that he doesn't want those videos to be deleted if people keeps watching them more, which is true, of course. But again, the reason why is because the reason why more of those blooper videos are getting more views is because, again, and I'm gonna say this again, it's because it's just that the blooper videos on there are really popular. That's why. Of course, if you understand Jack Savage. But yeah, so now it's all over because now it's time to get into the other series and stuff, because it's time for those ones to get more views, of course. But now let's get on with the big part, and it's about the entire history of the Omblar Show. So, you know, going from the hand puppets to the actual puppets and up to this day. So again, Jack Savage. Sorry, it's very bit dusty since you noticed this thing here. That's another tease because things are going on down here. So again, Jack Savage started doing the Omblar Show around 2018, of course. Starting off with the puppets that has the eyes in it, of course. A lot of them are like Ubi, of course. And starting off with the very first season, known as Olin, of course. And during the times on these videos here, again, this is the time when Omblar always gets grounded, of course. Yeah, because Trampu keeps saying it, of course. And then we got season 2 here, which just has more. And then we got season 3. Now, here's the thing, because around the part, now we got here season 4, I noticed around season 4 is that they used a lot of segments, of course, and they're from others. And what are the segments are? Well, there was one that was from Between the Lines where you see the sky when you sing Dance to Mr. Smarty Pants. You know, it goes like, ooh, ah, dance to Mr. Smarty Pants. Ooh, ah. I know that part from Between the Lines. And plus there's also another. Well, there's actually a lot, of course. There was also one scene that was from Blue's Clues, and where we see Joe, of course. That's another segment, of course. But yeah. But by the time when Omblar became a puppet, around Omblar the Puppet, that's when things changed. And this time, they actually go to an opening song. And that would be called the You Are With Me song. It's a lot similar to the Ubi theme song, but instead of like that, it goes, You are with me, I am with you, we've got a lot of big things that we're gonna do. That's the Omblar Show song, of course. But yeah, so Omar became a puppet and he does all that stuff. And Yuva and the others are still the actual hand ones still. I'll be back before I continue on. Okay, there we go. Just gotta put on the mask because there's a whole lot of dust down here. Okay, so probably you might have... It's a bit tricky for you to hear me, but you'll know what I mean. So, I'm gonna keep it down like... I'm gonna keep it up like... Yeah, it looks this silly because of this thing here. But I'll keep it off for a moment. Until it keeps happening again. But yeah, and during Cuckoo's mistake, he was trying to help George feel better with his teeth. But when he came back, he became a puppet, of course. And all the way down, and on a specific episode, Yuva said that she was going to the Angel's place because she's about to be turned to a puppet too. And so did Trampo and the rest, and some of the rest, including Rick. And by the time season 5 came around, they're all puppets. And that's when it was the last time for the hand puppets. And what was the last time about it? Well, Eddie, a good friend of Omblar, I heard that Eddie said something about something, like with seeing the arms and stuff. Well, that's just how it is. It happened like that with Ubi too. But also he said about getting sued by the Obi company. Yeah. But yeah, we haven't seen them ever since. But they actually did make their returns later on. And how did they make the returns? Well, Winko, Omblar's best pal, made a return, who is now a puppet. And then Mr. T and Joe came back. And get this. You see, Opal died from the COVID alligator, but some reason he's alive, but his family didn't survive, so they passed away. But yeah, and we know there's Foam Monster, Bluey's grandfather, of course, and everything. And that's when, and later on, around that time, they start doing the Omblar Show intro bloopers, of course. Which they have a lot of views because that's how the bloopers community on Jack Savagely's Omblar Show channel became popular. Of course. Until all the way down, led to the last one, Mr. Teen Joe's Money Celebration. And then came season 6. And on Goodbye New House, that's when they're leaving because of everything. And that's when they changed the themes, the song "You Are With Me" to a different song for the very new house, of course. And that's why the bloopers ended on there, which is kind of sad, of course. Yeah. But yeah, it kept going throughout season 7 here. And then after that, that's when the first spin-off series, the logo bloopers with Omblar Friends came. And they did all 15 episodes, so that's complete right there. And then came the 8th and final season of the long series. And the final episode Changes Okay. That's when they did some changes. And I believe Random Moment Mondays might be ending. I don't know when. But they did a second spin-off series known as Puppet Gaming, which is sadly it's been cancelled because of full gameplays with no commentaries, of course. And that's kind of a bit sad, of course. And that's when the Omblar shorts came into the picture. Yeah, and they do need some more views than the blooper videos, of course. But yeah. So the one so far right now is the gameplay of Mario Kart World for the Switch 2, which people were really upset about the high prices and stuff. And since I heard Nintendo has sued the U.S. government because of Terrence. Whoo, man, everyone doesn't like it. But yeah, but Jack Savage also did the Destruction Fails Cynic to It's a Hard Knock Life, which is from Annie. Goes, it's a hard knock. It's a hard knock life. Because since there was the Sesame Street ones, of course. But yeah. And now he's doing another gameplay of The Simpsons Road Rage, of course. So that's another one. So let's see if these get a lot of views, because again, like what Jack Savage said, and Omblar, we can't we didn't came to this to the we didn't came to this we didn't came to this channel for bloopers. I repeat, we didn't came here to see bloopers. We came here to watch the actual series and stuff, of course. But yeah, so that's the whole history of the Omblar show, of course. Maybe place my phone down here. But yeah, that's the whole history thing there, of course. And like I said, there will be more. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos. And I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone.